Hello everybody, how are you doing? I'm doing your June the 7th, 2020's daily tarot card reading. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. Your oracle card is the Lovers, okay? So the Lovers says, make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love, okay? Amazing, and maybe let's fit a reading for today, okay? So here we have the Page of Swords, okay? So the Page of Swords is about getting information, spying, something to that effect. So somebody's trying to figure out, I'm not sure if they're working on a love situation at the initial part of the reading, but somebody's trying to figure out something, so they are researching, asking questions, so they decide to hold on to what they have. Now, is this financially, emotionally, or family-wise? I don't know. So let's see. So the reason why they're holding on to what they have, whatever information they gathered, maybe they feel like, well, whatever they have is a dream come true. Taking a risk may not be worth their time or effort, okay? So the person we're talking about here is masculine, the Emperor. So last I was aware of, he's going through some type of situation where he had like a lover at work. He had a baby's mother. He may be married to her. He just had a bunch of dramas in regard to who does he love, who loves him back. Okay, and so we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so whatever it is that he was trying to work on, it's not materializing. He's not seeing the results of his hard work. And this, the Oracle card is talking about lovers, so I'm aware that he was in a situation with lovers, and he had maybe a lover and a spouse. Okay, so the Justice card steps in. I'm not sure if it's explaining that not materializing his desires is justice. Let me see what these clarifying cards say, okay? So I have something about investments. So the masculine has been making investments, maybe perhaps with a secretary or someone at work. It doesn't have to be a secretary. It could be, it's either a subordinate at work or a superior, one or the other, because the woman he was going to had a lot of wisdom, and that's why he was interested in her perhaps. It could also be that she was a past lover, okay? So something about investments and arguments. It could be investments and negotiations. So, and this is in regard to the King of Pentacles, which is what the masculine, like he's some type of boss or something like that at work, okay? I think that he's the superior of this feminine that he was seeing, this mistress at work. So, it's just saying whatever situation he has going on at work, more than likely, is not really working out. There's some type of arguments or something like that. And the next card here is the Six of Cups, okay? So maybe perhaps he goes into work the next day. He sees the woman in the office. Sometimes they conversate, so maybe that's what that card is about. So maybe perhaps he's saying, well, I'm going to hold on to what I have. I don't know if that's what he has at home and that's how he went to work. Kind of like with the mindset of whatever's going on at work is not working out in my favor. Let me hold on to what I have at home, because when he's not treating his wife or his child's mother, whoever he's living with at the home, when he's not treating her correctly, she's upset with him too, okay? So he decides to switch the priorities. Instead of him giving a priority to the mistress at work, maybe perhaps he's going to focus on his work. So the next card here is about some type of separation from maybe this lover situation at work. So a message is being sent. I'm not sure if it's being sent to the mistress at work. If it is, I'm not sure. Let's see. It's some type of message of concern or something like that. Now, the masculine started the day with the thought process like, okay, I'm going to hold on to what I have at home. That's kind of what is on his mind. So maybe he's sending a message to the mistress. I don't even think he's necessarily telling her. I'm not sure if he's explaining that to her in person or the message is being sent. It seems like the message is being sent. And I'm not sure if he's saying, well, I don't want to see you right now because... And let's see if this explains the reasons why. So this is about betrayal, okay? So in regard to the mistress, she wants to back out of the situation. There's a financial negotiation that they worked out that was holding her in the situation. So this betrayal is some type of justice, okay? And I saw the Justice card up there before. Let me see if it says the same thing. It says justice in regard to juggling too many people, too many situations. So I think the masculine is saying, like, I don't want to see you again because I need to hold on to what I have at home. It kind of seems like that's the gist of what is going on. So Here we have the Nine of Wands. And so the masculine may be explaining through a third party to this mistress at work, like, this is too challenging for me to maintain my facade at home. I don't lie to my wife. I don't know what he's explaining. But he's just saying, you know what, this situation probably is not working out. So here we have the Six of Pentacles, okay? So I'm not sure how this relates. So I'm not sure if he's explaining that this is a heavy burden on the finances at work. I'm not really sure, because I don't know what negotiation they had agreed to. So I don't know if he had to pay her a certain amount of money to keep her. And I'm not advocating this at all. I'm just trying to explain what the cards are saying. So I don't know if he's trying to explain that this is too heavy of a burden on the finances of the company. I'm not really sure, because something is stressful right now at the moment. And so I think this is all the message going to the woman. Like, you're kind of out of luck in regards to that negotiation. So it's just continuing now. So yeah, just call the situation just a no-go. It's just, don't worry about it, okay? It's not working out. So here we have the Judgment card here. And it's saying something about the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands was a passionate woman at work. She was a wise woman, and it has her in the reverse position. So now she's out of passion, or she's out of favor, or something to that effect. But whatever was going on with this mistress at work seems like it's coming to a close. Okay? So here we have the Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is about, I'm not sure if the masculine is following his intuition. I'm not even sure if we're looking from his perspective or not, because so far it seems like he's the only court card there, okay? So I don't know if he's following his intuition at this moment in time. And so here we have the Knight of Wands, okay? So the Knight of Wands is a masculine who's not really, he's not going to stay with one person. He may just be traveling from work back to home, okay? So I don't know if he was defensive about it. Like, say for instance here, before he left from work, he ran into the mistress. Like, he kind of, I'm not sure if he avoided her glance. I'm not really sure, but it's kind of like, I don't know if he intuitively knows he has to let the situation go. I don't know. It's probably something he just feels. So maybe he travels home back. The Seven of Swords, maybe perhaps he has some work to put in with his wife or his child's mother at the moment. I don't know. I actually don't know if the masculine said something to kind of steal away confidence from the mistress, and I'm not advocating for him to. I'm just not sure if that's what this card means at the moment. Like, I don't know. Sometimes the feeling of like, it's not really when you like someone, like when males, when they're young and they like a girl and they pull her ponytail, it's kind of the opposite of that. It's kind of like they're like, I don't want to deal with you, so now I'm going to hurt your feelings, which is not really fair, but I think that's what is the feeling I'm getting from this card. So I think he's letting go of the mistress at work, and so now he's kind of like, which way do I go? Because it doesn't make sense. Why would this card come up? Which way do I go? He's already choosing to not go. Maybe this is the past person. Maybe this is the mistress. I'm not sure. But one of them is the mistress and one of them is the child's mother, or the woman he's living with, which could be his wife. And so he's kind of trying to figure out, like, which partner is my correct partner, okay? I wonder if that's a pertinent question many people have been trying to figure out the answer to, okay? So there's some type of transformation going on. Perhaps in the previous days, the masculine was thinking to himself, like, his child's mother doesn't make enough money. He was thinking negatively about his home situation. But I think over the past couple days or weeks time, he's starting to appreciate the woman that he has at home taking care of his children, okay? So maybe he is changing his thought process on that. Now, he in the past saw the situation at home as a burden to carry. And so here I have a couple clarifying cards to clarify. Now, in the past, he thought that the situation at home was a financial burden, okay? Let me see if this better explains what is going on. So here we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, okay? Something might not materialize, and we kind of saw that initially there. I think this is about I wonder if now this is how he is seeing the situation with the mistress. Because I think when he initially took her on, he started to see he was adding more burdens to the burden he already had. So the situation with the mistress was not materializing the way he thought it would. Page of Wands, some important news comes to him. Because I think in the office it caused a little bit of scandal in regards to maybe money that was maybe not accounted for. Okay, so whatever important news comes his way or in regard to the situation, there's some type of victory. I'm not sure if there was a pregnancy between him and the mistress. You'd have to go back a couple of readings to check. The Hanged Man, he's waiting for an answer in regard to something. Now, is this in regard to this mistress situation? Let me see. I'm trying to figure out. The heavy burden was what he thought was his domestic partners. That's how he saw his domestic partner. And I'm not sure if these clarifying cards maybe explained well enough what's going on. I don't know if it's explaining that for a while he kept waiting for the mistress to respond and she kept not wanting to be involved. And so I don't know if these clarifying cards made sense so far for this reading. But something is a heavy burden, and I think it has to do with he has to continue to wait to get an okay from her all the time. And then I'd have to clarify what this important news was. But this situation was not materializing as he thought it would. So the next card is the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is about, I don't know if he's resenting taking on the situation. I think he noticed that initially. Like he thought it was going to make his life better or bring in more money. But I'm not even sure if the feminine that he was seeing at work was even giving him money. So I don't really know how that works. I just feel like he thought it was the solution, but he realized it was not. So he maybe resents taking on an affair because it didn't bring him what he thought he would achieve with it, okay? So here we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is about collaborations. So maybe he is resentful, or perhaps the collaboration between himself and the mistress was not growing as he suspected and it was like kind of stagnant or something. So Temperance reversed. So I don't know if something is being done in excess now. Like, so he's like, okay, I don't know how he feels about his relationship at home at the moment, but his relationship with the mistress right now, I think he called a halt to that. And so it's almost like he doesn't know what to do with himself. So he may be, I don't know if he's trying to start some other issue. So I don't know if when he socialized, he met someone new. So I'm not sure if he's just saying the situation at work doesn't work, but he's still going to do something else. Okay, so there is a single woman that he's interested in as he's socializing. So I don't know if this is from his perspective or her perspective, okay? So it may be from his perspective, like he hopes to attain the single woman. It could be from her perspective, she sees him, because it's saying he's overdoing something. So it seems like he's going to overdo, I guess, have affairs. It seems like he hasn't stopped. He just stopped messing with the mistress at work. So if it is from the masculine's perspective that he was going to go after that single woman, maybe perhaps he obtained strength. Maybe from the feminine, the single woman's perspective, maybe she is restraining herself from dealing with him, okay? So I don't know who's restraining themselves, but regardless, it seems like something is being started between these two. So the masculine is still, and see, the reason why is because he's still not in the mode of being faithful at this moment, okay? He just realized maybe from the company's perspective, he couldn't afford to keep that negotiation or those terms the way that they were. So whatever he's starting with the single woman here, they are maybe in an intimate affair. Maybe perhaps they're planning to do this more often. So this is interesting, and some type of stability in this situation. Now this is just one day's reading, so you can think in your mind like, okay, wow, I met the woman of my dreams and I want to see this person more often, but that's what they're saying on the day that they meet each other, okay? So you don't know if that will pay off in the long run, but that's what they're thinking at the moment. So here we have the Seven of Pentacles. So maybe it's a stable foundation that they want to work on. So it's kind of like you meet someone and you do make a connection with them and it's pretty strong. You want to work on it. You want to keep their number, keep in touch. So this is a lover, okay? And we already saw third party betrayal already. So this new woman in his life, he thinks is a victory, okay? I guess he can see himself with her for the long term, but this is just one day on the day of meeting her. So we don't know how that will turn out in the long run, but that's what he thinks on this day, okay? And so the oracle card for this reading was the Lover's card. It says, make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, and the power of love, okay? So I don't know if this resonated for you or not. But anyway, that was the energy for June the 7th, 2020, okay? I hope you appreciate the reading. Thank you for visiting my channel. Take care of yourselves, okay? And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, or comment, okay? Bye-bye.